Nightmare Range. The collected George Sueño and Ernie Bascom stories by Martin Limón. Narrated by Timothy Andrés Pabon. Introduction by Timothy Hallinan. Cool and hot. Yes and no. Head and shoulders. Matter and antimatter. Laurel and Hardy. Sueño and Bascom. Martin Limón has created my favorite crime-solving team since, and perhaps including, Holmes and Watson. He's taken a perfectly balanced union of opposites and put them into a whole landscape of opposites. Army grunts versus Army brass. The rigidity and pragmatism of the U.S. Eighth Army versus the truculence and tradition of Korean officialdom. On a larger scale, the permanent war between North and South Korea. It's in the intermittently neutral spaces between all these grinding jaws that Limón sets the stories in which George Sueño and Ernie Bascom right wrongs caused by crime, betrayal, stupidity, misunderstanding, prejudice, drugs, and heartbreak. This is American-occupied Cold War South Korea, long after the armistice that resolved nothing, and long before the miracle explosion of the economy. So in addition to all the other opposites in Limón's books and stories, we have a vast economic and political division between haves and have-nots, between the powerful and the weak. Martin Limón owns this world in a way that very few writers can claim their setting and characters. He learned it firsthand, over the course of a decade spent with the Army in Korea. Like George Sueño, he opened himself to Korean culture and learned the language. Like Ernie Bascom, who will walk through a wall when it's the shortest distance between 2 points, he developed a healthy loathing for the cover-your-ass obstructionism of Army procedure. So he had the experience to tell these stories. But hundreds of thousands of people graduated from that same school of experience, and none of them came up with George and Ernie. None of them came up with the AWOL soldiers in the Ville. None of them came up with the tragically exploited working girls, the Army's boneheaded officers and lost boys, the hard-eyed Korean cops, the whole landscape of want and desperation, invisibly layered with a rich and deeply spiritual culture thousands of years old. And that's because Martin Limón is a writer of the very first rank. He's a poet of the people, although without the political connotations that phrase might suggest. He looks at people of at least 2 cultures, and at every level, and he sees all the way through them, and then he uses his gifts to put them on the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?